Hey guys, JCB here at the Awesomist. I'm going to check out one of my favorite rides. I guess there's nothing up here. On February 12, 2018, I ventured out to Six Flags Magic Mountain on my own. February 12th is of course Lincoln's birthday, and the kind of day that only bankers, politicians, and some teachers have off, so I knew the park would likely be dead empty. And all the times I had visited Six Flags Magic Mountain over the years, I've never once been there by myself. I've always had someone with me, be it my beautiful wife or one of my brothers or a family friend. I've never gone alone, so I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to see if you could still have fun all alone at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It's been a really slow day. It's about 12:30 right now, and there's nobody here really. The place is empty. This is Full Throttle's entryway right now. Of course, the lack of park guests did bring out a different kind of visitor. Getting on rides was of course super easy when it's this dead, but a lot of rides also have single rider line entrances. So long as you don't mind riding by yourself or with a total stranger, going into that entrance makes getting on any ride you want a total breeze. I noticed the old train ride was operational. This ride breaks down a lot, and I'd always thought that they should just tear this all out and use the space for something better. Still, I decided to give it a ride. So this is the train ride that's been at the park for years. They switched it out a long time ago. They replaced it with this newer model, but I've never actually been on this before. All my times I've been to the park. The ride takes you around in one big circle, and then on the inside of that same circle before bringing you back to the station. As I said, I have never ridden this before and had always imagined it took you back into the trees on some scenic route with a bunch of little houses or towns, maybe a tunnel, just various things to look at. But no, it's just one big circle. In fact, you can see the entire track from the loading station. The original train was the old 99 steam train that operated at the park from 1972 to 1980. In 2008, a Thomas the Tank theme was added to this ride, only to be removed when the park decided that the licensing deal was too expensive in 2011. Thus, the ride was rethemed to a more generic train aesthetic. Despite its lack of visuals or theming for guests to appreciate, this train is probably the most Disney-esque ride at the park. It reminds me of a stripped-down version of KC Jr., though if given the choice, I'd much rather ride the one at Disneyland. I can't speak for every Six Flags park, at least not yet, as I've only been to Magic Mountain, Discovery Kingdom, Six Flags Over Texas, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas so far, with Six Flags St. Louis planned for this summer. But so far, every other Six Flags park that I've been to has had a train ride that actually takes visitors on a tour all over the park, which is a great way to familiarize yourself with the park's layout. Compared to those trains, this little corner ride is kind of lackluster. As mentioned, this is one of the few rides I had never been on at Magic Mountain despite my literally hundreds of visits to the park over the years, mainly due to the fact that this ride is always broken. In fact, the last time it wasn't broken, I tried to ride it and they told me I had to have a child with me in order to ride. So when they said I can go on it on this day, I jumped at the chance. So that's the train ride. Pretty cool for little kids. After riding it, I do think that despite its historical and somewhat peaceful nature, they could better utilize the space. Next, I headed into the Scream Punk district, and I noticed that there weren't any quirk performances listed, which makes me think that maybe once again, they're revamping the show for the new year. I certainly hope so, since once you've watched one quirk performance, you've basically seen them all for that season. So it'll be nice if they actually revamp the show, add some new things to it, so that people who've been to the park last year will see something new when they return. Next up, I decided to tackle Twisted Colossus, and using the single rider lane, I was on the ride within moments of entering the ride's queue, which is pretty remarkable, even for a day like this. Excuse me, sir, this is a non-smoking area. Excuse me, sir, you need to put that out, sir. For those of you wondering what time is the best time of year to go, February during the week. Next, I went on Scream for the first time in a long time, and it's still boring. After that, I started heading toward DC Universe, and I have to say, I couldn't have picked a better day to film. There was hardly any wind. As I said, the park was dead, and the cloudy day made for some nice soft lighting. I was extremely fortunate to show up on this day at this time. I actually ended up shooting enough footage for 3 separate Six Flags videos I'd been wanting to make for a while, so even if I don't get to the park anytime in the near future, there should still be Six Flags content coming up on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned. The park is surprisingly empty today. I mean, it's a Monday, but it is a holiday. So I guess it's only a holiday that people like me have off. So what I always thought was weird was that this is the entrance to DC Universe. Except Superman and Drop of Doom are both outside of DC Universe. But yet for some reason, Justice League is way over here. Looks like the last troll of the park has been taken down. It's a shame. For those of you who haven't seen my scavenger hunt video, which I plan on updating later this year, one of the things was the last troll at the park. There was an exit sign on the bumper car ride back there that had one of the trolls from the original Magic Mountain mascots on it. I wonder where that sign went. I probably would have paid a couple $100 for it. I took a moment to check out some of the new Six Flags Magic Mountain merchandise they had in the stores. I gotta say, some of these cups are pretty cool, and I was definitely tempted to pick one up. Oh my god, Pickle Rick. Ooh-wee. Can do. What? Oh, okay. 20% accurate, as usual. So I was just told by an employee that the Jetstream facade here used to be a lot more water-based. Apparently these little chutes that go all along the outside used to have water flowing out of them, and that flower bed down there used to be like a little area where the water would collect and stream around, and there was actually a big one here that you can still see where the water used to come through. And I guess this would have been like a big pool area for it to flow into. Kind of interesting. I also wish they'd do something with the old Dragon Station. Even if it was just like a place where musicians played and they did dance routines or something. Anything. So up in this light post, I found this picture shoved in. Looks like a guy, a girl, and someone blowing up an alien balloon. Cool. I'm gonna put it back up there. That actually reminded me that I haven't put a sticker at this park yet, and I need to find a good place to do it because the one I put at Six Flags Over Texas eventually got removed. So it needs to be really well hidden because, I mean, I don't want to be a vandal. I don't want to put stuff somewhere that's like advertising my channel. It's more of a secret. See, I don't want to do this. This isn't creative. It's not secret. Anyone can see these and peel them off. For real this time, I'm going to go on one of my favorite rides. Damn it. A lot of people put stickers here. They always get taken off though. Just got the new purple cup. Seems about the same, just a different color. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway where I give away my old Six Flags souvenir bottles. The purple souvenir bottle just came out, which means I have the yellow one now added to my collection of dozens of old souvenir bottles. I'll be doing a separate video about the contest here pretty soon, but basically leave a comment, you subscribe, I pick a random winner every month, blah blah blah. I always thought it was a shame that Viper has such a nice aesthetic and facade for a ride that's just terrible. Anyway, that was basically my day at the park. So yeah, coming to Six Flags Magic Mountain by yourself is pretty fun still. I mean, it's always nice to be able to ride rides with somebody, but When you're by yourself, you get the single rider line, which is cool. And you don't have to worry about what anybody else wants to go on. Like sometimes when you're with a big group, some people want to go on one ride, some people want to go on another. When you're by yourself, you just kind of do whatever you want. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's different, but it's fun. It's only barely going on 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but since I've done everything I wanted to do today, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, I think. I had a great time. Would definitely recommend doing this on your own. If you had any doubts about whether or not it would be fun, it's definitely fun. So that was a pretty successful trip. Went on a lot of rides, got some great footage. I did manage to hide a sticker somewhere at the park. I won't tell you where it is because I don't want to get it removed, but you can look for it somewhere you're least likely to find me, and it's completely out of sight, so it should be safe for a little while, unless somebody lets a cat out of the bag, of course. Of course, your experience may vary. I went on a very dead day, which, by the way, I do recommend going on Lincoln's birthday. It's a fantastic way to celebrate one of our best presidents, and of course the park's dead, which helps totally. I also went through some of the stores one last time to see if there was anything that caught my eye, though there wasn't really much, although I do have to say that this t-shirt right here was pretty cool. So that was my day at the park. I had a lot of fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, so I release new videos every week. And until next time, keep being awesome. On a Google Glass, basically instead of speakers, bone-conducting headphones use transducers to send vibrations through your cheekbones straight to your inner ear. I've been curious about the technology now for a while and whether or not it would work for my wife, but at $100 and something, it always seemed too expensive to just give it a try. So let's give it a try!